America is the richest, most powerful nation on the planet, and now behaving like a victim and trying to extract billions of dollars from every other country on the planet makes no sense outside his MAGA base. And frankly, the EU and China are starting to push back, and they have real power to do so.
And I think, though, he could, Donald Trump, his strength is his unpredictability in one sense. I actually think that's an overrated virtue, but it's a strength in one sense. He could pivot. He could go for Putin like he had gone for Ukraine's president. Do you see that likely?
I don't. I think over years, he's shown too much regard for Putin, and he sees Ukraine as part of the whole reason he didn't win the last American election before this latest one. So these personal grievances go deep with him. I can't really see him taking on Putin.
Gee, I don't see any other way out of this, because Ukraine's not going to give in, and Europe's not going to let Ukraine give in, and Trump will he'll look terrible. Meanwhile, Trump also promised to wreak all sorts of vengeance on Hamas if it didn't stop the war in Gaza, sent negotiators there. That also has failed. That war is still going on. But Israel has now been caught out lying about a convoy of ambulances in Gaza. It shot up, killing 15 paramedics and emergency workers. It had said the convoy had acted suspiciously, emergency lights off, approaching Israeli troops in a threatening manner. But now there's video taken from the camera that was on the body of one of the dead paramedics, showing that was clearly not true. The convoy had really been looking for a missing ambulance, lights flashing. It had stopped before being shot, and the dead having their bodies buried before exhumed by UN officials. Israel now says there were 6 Hamas operatives among them, unarmed, but has offered no proof of that at all. How bad is this?
This is a big blow to Israel's credibility and the credibility of the Israeli Defence Force. There's that saying, it's not the crime that gets you, it's the cover-up. So the only way out of this for Israel is a full, open investigation and holding anyone that's acted unlawfully to account. But this is a big reputational blow.
I think it's a shocker, and it's just so appalling. And finally, Michael, New Zealand has just announced it will double its spending on defence. That's another $9 billion. And it's cited the threat from China as a result. I mean, China is making enemies too. Just proves that we're really in a risky era now. That said, double the New Zealand defence budget is still talking really pocket money. But what does this mean for Australia?
Well, we're about to hear our two leaders have their first debate. Isn't it an indictment on Australia and defence policy here that the New Zealand government is acting with clarity and decision, and we just aren't seeing that from either party here? Let's hope we're positively surprised tonight, because doubling New Zealand's defence budget takes political will and a clear-eyed understanding of the growing threat, and it comes at cost to where else they'd spend their money. That's what we need to see from the leaders of both these major parties tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to praise New Zealand too much, of course, because apparently doubling their budget still gets them to only 2% of GDP, which is where we are, and that's still a long way short of the 3 to 5% that's probably necessary given the security uncertainties right now. Michael Shoebridge, thank you so much for your time.